What is up, you guys? It's Audrey and welcome back to my channel, or if you are new, bonjour and welcome. Today's video is finally an updated Pointe shoe collection. I know so many people have been asking for this because it's been like honestly almost 2 years since I did my last one, or like a year and a half, I don't really know. But basically, last time I did this, it was kind of called Behind the Pointe Shoes, or like the story, I don't know what, but I kind of told the story behind all the shoes, and I know a few people thought it was stupid, like, what could possibly, like, whoa, amazing stories here. But if I do have, I won't waste too much time talking about every single shoe, but if there is something that I did in the shoe or something cool about it, you know, I will share it with you guys. But I'm just going to be kind of doing mini Pointe shoe brand reviews because y'all know I've tried so many different shoes. Exhibit A. It took like 10 minutes just like putting all the pairs together, and I counted them all up and I have 24 shoes. I have been on Pointe for 2.5 years now, a little over 2.5 years. I got on Pointe October 18th of 2014. Let me double check. Yep, I was right. So yeah, just a little over 2.5 years. But do take note, I did not kill and like make all these shoes dead. I just have a lot of trouble with Pointe shoes. If you're new to my channel, you may not know that, but so I've just tried out a lot of shoes because just some don't work. And if you don't like a shoe, obviously Pointe shoes are very expensive, and if you cannot afford to get new Pointe shoes just all the time or something, I try, even if I don't like my shoes, to just wear them as long as I possibly can until I just can't stand it, because they are expensive and it does suck when a shoe doesn't work. But I also just want to be comfortable, and I want my dancing to work out in the shoes, because it really sucks when you have a shoe that's just not working, because you just feel like, ugh, stiff and horrible. Also, I just wanted to put a quick disclaimer out there. I will be stating what brands I did like and what I did not like, and that is just personal preference. I talk about this in almost every video. You will not have the same experience as me. I mean, if you think you're gonna like this shoe, if you've tried that shoe out, if you're wearing that shoe right now and you hear my opinion and you're like, oh my goodness, whoa, I need to go get new shoes right now. No, if you like your shoes, you can keep wearing your shoes. Everyone's feet are different. Mine are especially very different because no shoes seem to work. But just so you know that, I really do love all of these brands in other ways, in different forms, and work out, and I'm not trying to bash them in any way, shape, or form, and I don't want you guys to think of them in a different way just because I did not like their shoes. You can gather your own opinions on those, but yeah, just a quick disclaimer before we get onto the video. I'm not going to go too in-depth with the shoes I've already talked about, but I will quickly tell you all the shoes that I have. So I have one pair of Grishkos that I never know the name of. Like, you can see the total difference of. So yeah, this is the only pair of Grishkos that I own that are not 2007, so I don't know the name of these. I wish I did, but I have a video on these, and these are actually super dead in the box. But sadly, these were so pretty on, but I just was going over and winging in them way too much, so I could not wear these. But so I have 4 pairs of Grishkos just in the brand. I'm not going to go through all the styles of but these are 3 2007s. These are my first shoes. This is my very first pair right here. And then these two. Yeah, those are way too narrow for my feet, and I had to switch out of those. And from Grishko, I went into Russian Pointe, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pairs of Russian Pointe. I was in those for quite a while, and I don't believe I have any different kind of styles going on with those. I think I wore the same ones the whole time. I have 3 that kind of have semi-interesting stories, and then I just have 4. They were just kind of there. But this pair right here, and also, I don't know about you guys, if you own Russian Pointe, they have such a like distinct smell. Like this, like when I wore these now, they just like have like a smell to them, and like it just reminds me of that time. I don't know, it's weird, but Russian Pointe, like, it's the only shoe that like has a smell. It's been such a long time since I've worn these, like over a year. But they were pretty decent. They were pretty good. I just kind of grew away from them and just how they looked. They also are kind of like a wooden shank. It's kind of weird. But I did like these when I wore them, but I don't know, I just kind of grew apart from them. But yeah, so these are just, I don't know which ones I had. I wish I could tell you. But this is a pair that I had tried to darn the first time I've ever tried to do that, and last time I ever tried to do that, and it was with like chunky yarn, not the right way at all. Also pretty super dead. But the story behind these is this little staining right here, if you can see that, is first up, it's from milk, which is so weird, but I was at the dance store, I put these in my mom's bag, and I have two little sisters, if you did not know that, and there was a bottle in the bag, and it spilled on my shoes, and I had to wear these to try out a new studio. And I've talked about this before about how I switched studios, and it was my second time trying a class out there, second time, and I had to wear milk stained Pointe shoes. I remember I was so mad, but you know what, everything worked out and I was totally fine, and no one could tell I had milk on my shoes. So my second one, I wish, oh okay, so I can kind of read this. Also, this was my first Nutcracker at my new studio, which was a really hard one for me, just like a hard year. And okay, I'll just undo this. So it says my parts, but I can only read Snow, Flowers, Nutcracker 2015, First Cinderella Rehearsal 2016 was also in these shoes. So that's really cool. That Cinderella was our spring ballet in 2016. Yeah, and actually that rehearsal I got like a Marley burn, which I still have the remnants of on my foot that you can like still see. But yeah, first rehearsal in those, and my first Nutcracker was in these. I have these shoes, which is just kind of fun to look at. I don't remember really what I did in these shoes, but we had we do One Elegant Evening, which is a fundraiser kind of thing we do in a really cute like ballroom at my studio, and it's kind of the first show of the season, and we make some pieces and people donate to the fundraiser, and it's like an auction. Anyways, the dancers made a few paintings, and we danced on one of the paintings, and we had to bring like an old pair of Pointe shoes, and this is the pair that I used. So yeah, I think Russian Pointe is a good first shoe for people, and I know it always works out totally fine when people have Russians. I just don't know if they're like a forever shoe. Okay, and the next shoes that I'm going to talk about are my two pairs of blocks. These are two different kinds. This, my first time I ever trying blocks was the block Jetstream, and these are like so brand new. I feel so bad, like I should just give these to someone almost. It's weird. I'll just sign some Pointe shoes, give these to someone. But yeah, in these I actually wrote a quote. I almost thought I was going to start doing that in all my shoes, but it says, "Speak with your heart and your feet will follow." I like really was obsessed with that quote for a time. Anyway, so I had these, and I can't read the month, but I know it was the summer of 2015. And yeah, I did not like these at all, sadly. So Jetstreams were a no for me. And then recently, which I will have a video up on these, I tried out the block B-Morph TMT. I know they're called something else because someone commented on my video last time, but I cannot remember. But anyways, yeah, I did not really like these either. These have a plastic shank, almost like gainers, but like not like gainers at all. But I just wasn't really a huge fan of these, but yeah, I will have a video up on these. This is my only pair of Freeds, and yeah, so these are the Freed Studios, and I used to have a whole video on these, but I privated that, but just a rundown, they did not work out for me at all. First off, they just look super weird, but I was going over them once again, like I was winging in them, and so like this part, like you should have seen the pictures, but it was so weird. And yeah, these are super dead. They are the Studios, and Freeds are known to die super quick, so just a heads up with that. And then I also had to rip the carpeting insole out of these. Yeah, I actually wore these for like, they were dead in like less than a week, like less than that. Anyways, they rolled up and they gave me really, really bad blisters on the bottom of my feet, so that was not fun at all. I have some So Danza Pointe shoes, which I know someone who wears these and she's still wearing them, but personally they just were not my favorite. They just didn't break in very easily, and they were just, I don't know, something about them just wasn't my favorite. I do love their flat shoes a lot. I have a whole video on flat shoes, so I just don't know if Pointe shoes was like my suffix, which I will show you. I had the most, those are all my Russian Pointes over there, and then these are the suffix right here. These shoes, I tried out the Stellars and the prequels, and the solo prequels, and I ended up sticking with the Stellars, and I have a whole video on these shoes as well as a lot of these shoes I'm talking about. And so yeah, if you want to go check that out, I did really love these shoes. People who have been trying these shoes out as well, and I really actually do recommend you guys to try these shoes out because I think they're really pretty. But yeah, something about them, I just had to kind of switch shoes. There were just some little problems, and my tailor's bunion was showing through them, so it just wasn't the prettiest look. But I did really like those shoes, and they have the look of Freeds, but they hold up way, way, way better. So yeah, I really did love those, and I had 7 pairs of those, and then I think 2 were the solo prequels. Okay, and lastly, this is my current shoe, which I just uploaded a video on, and these are the Capezio Développés, and I have this is the like style, actually, they're the Développé 1136, and then my like length, I think, is W. I think that's what that means. And then I am also a 7.5 in these shoes, if you guys were wondering. So yeah, I have gone through 2 of these. I'm wearing my second pair right now, and this is actually my shoes for the show. They're fairly new. I've worn them like 3 or 4 times now, but I need to like slow down. We have to run. I have 4 more times of running our ballet. We have 2 dress rehearsals, and then we run it 2 times the day of, and so yeah, I've got to get through with these shoes, but I think they'll hold up. Just a quick update, if you've watched that video, I actually do think I will be ordering another pair for my exam, because I feel like maybe I just wore them until they were too dead and they just didn't hold up. So I'm just gonna order a new pair for exams, actually, so wish me luck. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you kind of found it interesting to kind of hear my thoughts on the shoes, or how many shoes I have, because I get questions on those a lot, how many I've gone through and whatnot. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe right down below for more videos just like this in the future, and give this video a big thumbs up so we can all be pals, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.
Breaker, wherever